welcome to another amazing class on cybersecurity. Now, have you been thinking about beginning an amazing journey as a cybersecurity analyst, or beginning your journey or taking your first step into the field of cybersecurity? Now, this video is for you. Hi guys, my name is Obara Miracle. I am a web developer, a cybersecurity expert, and an online tutor. I've been doing this for close to 4 years. Now, this video would be tailored to explain the step-by-step journey, how you can delve into the field of cybersecurity as a complete beginner. I would be explaining them in phases. All you just have to do is to pay keen attention as we move through this journey. Now, phase number 1 has to do with introduction to cyber security. This phase would cover mainly malware, phishing, and password attack. Now, this is the early phase of cyber security. Now, in these phases, you would know about malware, you will know about phishing attack, and you will know about password attack. These are things that you should know coming into the field of cyber security. Now, phase number 2 is operating system. Under this phase, you would learn about several kinds of operating systems and the flaws in this operating system. Now, we have the three most popular operating system, which is Windows, Mac, and Linux. But for cybersecurity, we will be making use of Linux operating system, or in some cases, Kali Linux. Now, somebody will ask, why are we using Kali Linux or Linux operating system? Now, it is because Linux operating system is open source. It simply means it is free, and developers build extra functionality and add to the already existing functionality. Now, it is open source because any developer can decide to add a functionality to this. He or she can do that without adding an additional cost. Now, we can also use the 2 or 3 or 4 operating system on the same system. Now, somebody would ask, how? Now, this is possible with what is known as creating a virtual lab. Now, a virtual lab helps you to run 2 or more operating systems on your system. So, if you have a system that is already having Windows operating system, you don't need to buy another system to install Linux or to install Mac operating system. All you just have to do is on that your Windows system or on your MacBook, install virtual machine. It is known as VMS, virtual machine. Now, virtual machine helps you to run 2 or more operating system on the same system. I don't want to get anybody confused. So the next phase which we are talking about is about operating system. Now, this has to do with the use of Linux, Mac, and Windows, learning the flaws in this operating system, learning the command prompt that will bring functionalities that an ordinary computer user will not see. That's why I prefer Linux, because it has several command shortcuts that will give me a functionality that an ordinary user will not know that these functionalities are actually in this system. Now, the third phase is networking. Now, networking is one of the fields in computer science that is concerned with the interconnection of 2 or more computers. Now, this is the simplest idea of what networking is all about. Now, you would need to build an in-depth knowledge about OSI model and MAC address. Now, OSI model is the 7 is the 7 layer that computer system use to communicate over a network, while MAC address is a unique identifier assigned to a network controller. Now, this is just a brief explanation of what this terms is, or what this term has to do with. Now, networking is an all-encompassing field. Now, you have to know about network, know about the systems that involve in the interconnection of computer, so that you'll be able to know the flaws in this connection, so that you'll be able to interfere in this connection without being caught. This is basically what cybersecurity is all about. Now, the fourth phase. The fourth phase is concerned with database. Now, I can categorically tell you that in computer or in cybersecurity, data is the gold. Database is the gold. Data is everything. As a cybersecurity analyst or expert or architect, data is the gold. So you must learn about database. You must learn how database operates. What are the systems behind the functioning of databases? And what will help you is, number one, the knowledge of MySQL, the knowledge of MongoDB. DB there simply means database. Now, you must learn how database function. You must learn the weakness in database. You must also learn how to cover the weakness that you discover in a database. The fifth phase in cybersecurity is programming. Now, programming has to do with communicating with computer using machine language. It simply means the translation of human language to machine language, a language that the computer understands and interprets. Now, programming in cybersecurity would be limited to certain programming language. So you can't be learning cybersecurity and not have knowledge about programming. That's why when people tell me they are running away from coding and then they want to delve into cybersecurity, I would laugh though, because cybersecurity has to do with programming as well. So you must have knowledge about programming to an extent before you can function efficiently in cybersecurity. Now, the programming language I would recommend in this phase is, number one, Python. Now, Python is very much in demand. Number two, C and C++, C#, C++, obviously. Now, the other programming language I will recommend is another object-oriented language, which is Java. Now, let's move to the sixth phase. The sixth phase has to do with learning about protocols, routing, and TCP, and also learning about IP. Now, these are terminologies that you would have to come to terms with: protocol and routing, and you would use more of IP address. Now, these are things you cannot run away from coming into the field of cybersecurity. The seventh phase, as you are coming into the field of cybersecurity, is practical ethical hacking. Now, there is no how you can separate ethical hacking from cybersecurity. Ethical hacking is an aspect of cybersecurity that has to do with penetration testers. It simply means looking for vulnerabilities in a server and discovering this vulnerability before it falls into the hand of bad person. A good example I always like to give concerning ethical hacking is, now I bought a very strong key that I'm sure nobody can have access to this key. Now I put a challenge that anybody that can break into this key I will pay the person for breaking into this key. Now, with my permission, people now start trying this key to know how they would break this key with my permission. And you will also notice that some would try it without my permission. Now, those people trying it without my permission, they are known as black hat hackers. Now, those people that try it with my permission, they are known as ethical hackers. Now, and some people would also try it with my permission, and when they finally discover how to open this key, they will not tell me. But they took permission from me, but they will not tell me. Now, these set of people are known as gray hat hackers. Now, this is just a simple example of ethical hackers, black hat, and gray hat. Now, the seventh phase in cybersecurity is learning practical ethical hacking. Now, this encompasses a whole lot of things and the use of a whole lot of softwares and some other things. Now, the last phase would be security approaches. Now, this could involve configuration of firewalls, vulnerability analysis, cryptography, forensic investigation. Now, all these are security approaches in cyber security. The last one is not actually a phase, but it's the last one, is you would become certified. And the first certification in cyber security is to be certified as a cyber security architect. Now, this is the first certification. They have other certifications that are advanced, that are intermediate, that are for beginners. But the first certification you will get is to be certified as a cyber security architect. Now, if you enjoy this kind of content, if you still want more content on cyber security, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Submit DG Services. Share this video to a friend who you think would love the video. Till you see my face next time. Peace.